Trump-Musk bromance is officially back. First, there was that. Elon Musk then posting on X with a couple of photos from the recent conversation with Trump, Musk, Jensen Huang of NVIDIA. He writes, "I would like to thank President Trump for all he has done for America and the world." The Teslarati account on X posted this meme, which Elon himself reposted. You've probably all seen this, but in case you haven't. "Close your eyes, bro. Okay, bro. What do you see, bro? Nothing, bro. That's my world without you, bro. Bro." So reconciliation officially 100% complete. At that same Saudi investment event with Musk, Jensen Huang, and Trump had this to say, a shout out to his buddy Elon Musk.
If you think about it, if Kamala, who's the same basic thing, grossly incompetent, he was incompetent, they're all incompetent because their policies are open borders, men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody. I mean, they got the worst policy. I don't talk about it too much because if I talk about it, they might change. So, no, I don't talk about it. I tell people, don't talk about it. Wait till 2 weeks before the election and hit the hell out of them, right? We talked about that, right, Elon? He said, we wait 2 weeks before. It's almost like you're in a war. Don't shoot yet. Don't shoot. Hold your fire. The enemy's rushing. Hold your fire. Don't shoot. Okay, now you can go. 2 weeks before. But I watched a guy the other day, a congressman, fighting for men playing in women's sports. And the new weightlifting record for a certain weight was just set. The man was 119 pounds higher than a woman champion who was a phenomenal champion. Beat her by 119, and he was an average lifter prior to transitioning. A lot of the Saudis that are sitting here saying, what the hell is he talking about transition? They don't do a lot of transitioning. They're sitting here, the Saudis are saying, what is he talking about? They're saying, what do you mean women are playing against men? No, that doesn't happen, does it? Yeah, it does. These people are crazy.
And there was more.
They don't know. This room, they live on deductions. Me too. How much of a deduction do I get? We all live on it. Middle-income people, they don't know about that. They don't really have deductions. We're giving them a deduction on the interest if they buy a nice Tesla car and they borrow the money. You're so lucky I'm with you, Elon. I'll tell you, has he ever thanked me properly? They don't know.
So obviously a bit of trolling. Good to see both guys in a great mood, especially with Tesla Robotaxis beginning to roll out throughout the United States and a desperately needed national framework required to speed up the process. More on Tesla's US Robotaxi rollout in a sec, but first, in case you missed it, the official Tesla account for Latin America posting soon in Colombia. Now back to the US. Breaking news from none other than Sawyer Merritt. Tesla spotted for the first time doing Robotaxi validation testing in Boston. And of course, this should surprise approximately nobody, at least if you've been paying attention. As I mentioned, Tesla strategically rolling out their Robotaxi service, basically aiming for almost 100% of the top 5, 10, 15, 25, 50, 100, and then eventually probably 250 plus cities in the United States by population. Boston sits at number 25. I really don't think most people are ready for how quickly Tesla's Robotaxi fleet will scale throughout the United States. In the next couple of years, it's going to be abso-fucking-lutely insane. I saw this on X. Waymo's, quote-unquote, ambitious expansion plans, including maybe a dozen cities in the US. Brett Winton chimed in here. A great post. A way to think about this. Imagine Tesla doesn't commercialize a Robotaxi without drivers until late 2026, aka a year from now. Waymo would end in 2027. This is based on Waymo's supposed expansion plans in this graphic, with charitably 6,000 vehicles in the United States. He continues, that's a day and a half of Robotaxi output from Tesla's Austin Model Y line. He continues, rest in fucking peace, Waymo. Oh, I misread that. He actually said, in this future, do you really think a consumer is going to be so brand loyal to Waymo that they'll be willing to wait 10 minutes for a Waymobile when a Tesla Robotaxi is 2 minutes away? I mean, obviously not. The point he's making here, the speed at which Tesla can produce Robotaxis, even if they're just producing Model Ys and deploying those before the Cybercab production ramps up, even if a company like Waymo had general autonomy, which they don't, they have no hope of scaling their fleet of Robotaxis throughout the United States, even close to as quickly as Tesla can. Again, we're charitably estimating maybe in 2027 at the beginning of the year, Waymo could have 6,000 vehicles, which Tesla could match with a day and a half of production just from one of their US factories, just from the Model Y production line. Ladies and gentlemen, Waymo equals cooked. Not just cooked, completely fucking barbecued to a crisp, done. And now, let's hear from Sean Maguire, venture capitalist, former member of the Department of Government Efficiency, who knows Elon Musk, and shared a few insights about not only his work ethic, but his unbelievable energy. Exactly what you want from a guy helping Tesla scale robotaxis and then a fleet of millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or even billions of humanoid robots.
Think about like Elon. Elon is obviously an individual and like one of the most talented humans of all time, and a visionary who works harder than I can even imagine, you know, works 16-hour days, 7 days a week.
He just works when he's awake.
I mean, and I think maybe even sometimes when he's sleeping or he doesn't sleep much, but I've tried to keep up with him a couple days, and like, I'm a pretty fit guy. I literally can't keep up with him physically. And so anyways, Elon as an individual is one of the most talented people in the world, but I view Elon as almost like there's a second thing. There's Elon the collective, which is probably about 20 people. I'm not going to name any of them. And there's, you know, roughly 20 people that, you know, have been working with him for a very long time. They've built unbelievable amounts of trust. They know they can almost read his mind, and they know what he would want to have done in some situation. And then they also know when they need to escalate a question to him. And this, like, you can't build this quickly.
Mm-mm.
It kind of takes like a decade to really trust someone and to test the limits of what they can do, and test that they can do things at the highest possible level and almost like be a proxy for you. And I've actually never seen another entrepreneur that has done this the way that Elon has.
Always fascinating to hear insights from people that have worked with and or know Elon Musk personally. But what most stood out here is Sean Maguire admitting that despite the fact that he's 15 years younger than Elon Musk and quite fit, which, I mean, we can't say the same thing about Elon, he straight up admitted he can't keep up with the guy. If you guys want, there'll be a link in the description. Watch the full interview. There's more detail about Musk, plenty of other stuff as well. Just wanted to share that clip. It's super important. And by the way, just a quick bit of context. For those of you who haven't worked your fucking dick off relentlessly for days in a row, weeks in a row, months in a row, everyone has a breaking point, a limit. You go past that, you start paying for it, you burn yourself out. Eventually, you end up in a fucking heap. Throughout my 20s, pushing myself to my limits, I could do about 80 hours a week, which, by the way, Musk is exceeding today in his mid-50s. By the time I reached my late 20s, had a finance business, was pushing myself, thought I'll try on 100-hour work weeks for size. Not sustainable. Nearly killed me. These days, 80 hours would be well beyond me. Yet again, Musk, a decade and a half older than me, still doing 16-hour days, 100-hour weeks. How the fuck? Answer, he's just built different and has an extremely high tolerance for pain. This is the kind of guy you want running a company, if it's the only stock you own. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.